What's up, y'all? It's me, Najah Renee from the Black Girl Bare Minimum podcast, flying solo today. You are listening to a Yap Sesh, the second ever posted to BG Bare Min. And if you missed the first session hosted by my girl Nell Lynn, be sure to give that a listen. Let's unpack something that we all do, but don't always know when we've crossed the line. I'm talking about the difference between venting and talking shit. So venting is when you're letting something off your chest, right? You're releasing pressure, emotion, frustration. You're not trying to hurt anybody. You're just trying to get your peace of mind back. Some examples, like maybe your boss said something to you sideways, maybe your friend dropped the ball one too many times, or maybe your partner's been giving you some really weird energy lately. Just things that are frustrating you or causing you to overthink that maybe you need to say out loud in order to regain some clarity or just free up some brain real estate. Venting is emotional honesty. It's rooted in wanting to process something. It's reflective. It's personal. When we're venting, we normally start our sentences with phrases like, I feel, or it hurt when, or I don't understand why this keeps happening. Now, talking shit is a whole different energy. Talking shit is when you're not trying to understand, you're not trying to grow, you're not looking for peace, you're looking for a punchline. Or a way to feel better by dragging someone else down. It's usually got judgment, mockery, or a little bit of pettiness mixed in. Now, I'll be the first one to admit, I talk my fair share of shit. Let's be for real, we've all done it. Sometimes it feels good in the moment, like a release. But when you step back and you reflect a little bit, it's not always coming from the most grounded place. It's not, here's what I'm feeling. It's more like, here's why they ain't shit. Now, in the moment, because we're so deep in our feelings, sometimes it starts out as they hurt me, but turns into they always mess up everyone's life. They're fake. They're a narcissist. Their edges don't even lay right. And it's like, whoa, like, how did we get here? Sometimes we don't want to feel pain, so we deflect into judgment. We don't want to say, I'm sad, so we say that they're trash. And that's human. It's defensive, but it's not always helpful, especially if you're trying to move forward or keep your relationship solid. It's also important to consider the audience. You're more likely to vent to someone that you trust, someone who holds space, someone who knows when to say, yeah, that was messed up, but can also tell you, I think you need to look at this again. This may be a good reflection point for you, because sometimes we are the problem. When you're talking shit, though, you usually just want co-signers, not people that are going to necessarily tell you the truth. And that's the difference between a conversation grounded in growth and something that's just gossip. And to keep it all the way real, sometimes venting can sound a little spicy as well. It's not about being perfectly kind 100% of the time, but pause and ask yourself, what's your intention? Do you want clarity? Are you trying to better understand someone, where they're coming from, or the situation altogether? Or are you just looking to cut somebody down? One of those is going to move you forward, and the other is just going to keep you spinning. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the responsibility of the person on the receiving end. Be a real one. Don't hype up nonsense and don't add fuel to a fire that's already burning. Help your friends to process their emotions and not just pop off. When someone does come to you to vent, hold that space with care and listen without immediately jumping to conclusions or egging them on. You don't always have to have the answers that they're looking for. Sometimes just letting them know that they're being heard is enough. But also don't be afraid to gently tell people when they're slipping into some toxic behavior. Also, if you're realizing that you've got someone in your life that is only coming to you to talk shit, it's a pattern and it might be time to create some boundaries. You can politely say, like, Do you ever say this kind of thing to anybody else? Have you tried X, Y, and Z to work it out with this person? And that's not shade. That's growth. That's holding people accountable. If there's anything I want you guys as listeners to take away from this Yap session, it's just to be kind to people. Let's be the kind of people that make room for each other's pain, but also help each other to be better. That's, in my opinion, real friendship. And honestly, that's how we all stay accountable without becoming bitter. Well, that is today's Yap session. If this gave you something to think about, share it with a friend, shoot me or Nellie Lynn a message, or just let it marinate. Process, you know? We're all out here just trying to be a little bit more honest with ourselves and with each other. And there's nothing wrong with needing to be heard, but maybe let's just make sure we're not just making noise. Stay grounded, guys. See you next time.